Guys, check out my sweet new target system. Isn't this thing freaking cool? I mean, we've got every size gong that we could possibly want, from size awesome all the way down to size impossible. Now, if you've been following my channel for really any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of Shooting Target 7 because they not only offer just the best price in AR500 steel targets on the internet, but their customer service is outstanding, and they're just...
There it is. All right.
Innovative, I think, is the best word. Now, these are the Know Your Limits targets from Shooting Target 7, and we have known about the Know Your Limits for rimfire target system for a couple years now. In fact, it's been their best-selling target system. But the problem is, it was only good for air guns and rimfire cartridges. And we've all just been dying for them to release a centerfire version for pistols and rifles. And so they delivered, and boy did they deliver. This thing is rugged. This thing is super easy to set up, super easy to tear down, and you just get an entire shooting range in a box. It is really just an incredible setup. Now, if you've been following my channel for really any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of Shooting Target 7 because they not only offer just the best price in AR500 steel targets on the internet, but their customer service is outstanding, and they're just innovative, I think, is the best word. I mean, you guys saw my video on how you can make your own target stands out of rebar for super cheap, and then you can just hang their just regular cheapo gongs from it. Excellent little shooting target setup. And then you guys saw the bullseye gongs that I reviewed last year. Still probably my favorite targets to shoot at because of that tiny little dope gong in the center is what I call it. And then they've come up with this genius setup with these bulletproof target hangers and this gravity friction setup. I mean, this thing is solid. And my initial impressions of the KYL targets is like, how well is this gonna do on rugged terrain, right? Because when we go out into the wilderness to shoot, we're not necessarily shooting on like flat paved surfaces, right? We are usually up against some sort of bank or hill, and it's usually like really rough, really rocky, and just a bunch of trash on the ground and stuff. Now, I didn't know how these would do on uneven terrain, but they actually look pretty dang solid. But I was shocked and amazed that, I thought maybe I was gonna have to cut the legs on these things short in the back so that they can lean up against the hill, but it was not necessary. I mean, they definitely figured out the geometry on this thing look at this. I mean, you can't budge it.
Nope. There it is. There it is. There it is.
I mean, same with these little rimfire targets. It's solid, and it builds super fast. It tears down super fast. I mean, I think total build time at the range is probably about 2 minutes, honestly, for either one of these. Now, my secret to setting these up and tearing them down super fast is basically, once I remove the legs from these things, then I only take one leg off. And they have these awesome quick connect pins that just makes the process so seamless. So you just snap a leg on, you lean the legs into the targets, and you're good to go. And then at the end of your time shooting, you just pull it apart, snap a leg off, and put it in your bag and head home. So this little carrying case that I have right here actually does not come with the targets, unfortunately. You'd think that it would because they just fit so perfectly. But this is actually a Christmas tree storage bag for your fake fold-up Christmas tree. And I got this thing on Amazon for like 20 or 25 bucks. And I mostly got it because it was the only like heavy-duty canvas bag that I could find that could fit the dimensions of this target. So I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. I mean, if you're gonna buy these Know Your Limits targets, like this is an awesome way to store them and, transport it a little bit easier. And obviously there's room for a lot more targets in here, but I do like that you can just clip these in and cinch it up real tight. And you got two convenient carry handles, and bam, you're ready to go home. So if you're like me and you huff it out into the wilderness to do your target shooting, you know that you want to spend more time shooting and less time doing the less fun stuff like setting up your targets, tearing them down. The time budget for me is kind of the most restricted budget these days. I just don't have a lot of time to get out and shoot anymore, unfortunately. And so the time saving aspect of these really is what makes these the best value. Now, full disclosure, you guys know that I am all about finding like the cheapest, most budget-friendly stuff, which is one of the reasons why I love Shooting Target 7, because they are the cheapest and most budget-friendly stuff. But this stuff is not their cheapest, I'm gonna be honest. So this, they call it the rimfire only one, typically retails for like $215. This week, of course, is Cyber Week, so they're on sale for, I think, 25% off, putting it around $159. And then if you wanna save an additional 10% on top of that, you can use my coupon code Guns and Guitars, which will save you an additional 10%. So nearly 35% off that if you buy it this week. The centerfire ones, they're a little bit more pricey, okay? They normally go for $435. Again, it's Cyber Week this week, so they're having a sweet sale. So I think you get them 20% off for $350 for this one. It comes with 3/8" AR500 steel. And again, you can use my coupon code Guns and Guitars to save an extra 10%, so you can get close to 30% off on these this week. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, this is way outside my budget, and you know, you're thinking that if you're gonna spend $350 on something, it's probably gonna be another firearm, right? I am totally in that boat. I totally understand, and now, you know, like I said, the convenience outweighs the costs for me. That's why I think this is such an awesome sort of buy once, cry once setup. Now, the cool thing for those of you who are budget-minded is that this thing is actually scalable for your budget. Now, if you can afford $350, that's gonna be the best value because you get it all at once. But you can actually buy all of this stuff individually, okay? You can buy your gongs individually, you can buy these bulletproof target hangers individually, you can buy the leg kit individually, and you can scale it. So you can start with just the legs and a couple of, you know, hangers and a couple of gongs, and you'll have a really sweet setup. And so that's something that's really genius about Shooting Target 7 is that they're not just thinking about making the most amount of money. They're thinking about the people that are buying these, and they're trying to meet them on that level. And so I know this sounds like a huge commercial for Shooting Target 7, but this is one of those companies that I actually really believe in because, you know, as an influencer, I work with lots of companies, and I get a really good feel for the companies that are just in it to make money 100%. And the companies that are in it to just help people out. And I really feel like Shooting Target 7 is one of those companies that just wants to help people out. The way they offer all these different configurations and ways that you can scale it to meet your budget or bundle it all together to save you even more money is just awesome. They always have free shipping over $100. So both these targets will ship for free. You don't have to worry about any of those hidden costs and fees and stuff. And they're always trying to find ways to discount this stuff for you by bundling it through different packages like this, or, you know, sales from time to time, and of course giving us influencers a coupon code to pass along to you guys. So they're just really a great company, and the guy who runs it, Mark, I've communicated with him a lot, and he just seems like such a cool guy, and just seems like, you know, this is one of those small businesses that you really want to support, especially in times like these. So if you're thinking about getting some targets for Christmas, I can't recommend these things enough. They really are just amazing. Now, if you haven't seen it already, you want to check out my video on the bullseye gong setup with the ingenious T-post hangers, okay? If you've already got some T-posts, that's a no-brainer target setup. It sets up nearly as fast as this, and it's just, like I said, it's one of those super innovative things that gets you up and shooting steel super fast and on a low budget. And then, of course, I have my rebar target hanger video. So if you've got some rebar laying around, then those are gonna be free for you, right? And you just grab a couple of gongs and you're set up and good to go. So check out those videos. I'll go ahead and make a playlist of these Shooting Target 7 gongs to make it easy for you guys. And I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I will see you in that next video.